Hello and welcome to the CRO Podcast. We're your hosts, myself, Will, and Courtney.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. We are actually the co founders of a CRO agency, and we also manage the CRO network together.
Awesome. So, a little bit about the podcast. Every week, we answer common questions about CRO, have CRO network members on the podcast, or just show off the latest in CRO advances. On today's podcast, we're going to be speaking about how you know if your page is any good or not, whether or not to test one element or multiple changes at the same time on a page. And finally, how just to define good tests and prioritize them. We will then finish with our first ever entries into the Hall of Fame and Shame, where we highlight noteworthy landing pages for good or for unfortunately bad. Yeah, shall we get started?
Let's do it. Let's jump in.
Awesome. Okay, so first question, first ever question we're asking on the podcast. How do we go about defining a good CRO test? Courtney, over to you. Thoughts, feelings, emotions.
I mean, this is a great question. I think that there's so much that kind of goes into this that it's quite multifaceted. I mean, I think that, we do an entire cornerstone analysis in the way that we do it. So, what we're really looking at is like, we're doing data, we're doing heuristics, we're doing marketing and competitor, and this sort of all rolled in together. Very much love doing the heuristic analysis and just basically looking at, okay, what are the best practices, especially sort of in this industry or in this vertical, and just going through with that lens, that audit lens, and just basically seeing, okay, well, does this even fit sort of the standard that one would have just generally as a best practice? And then, sort of building upon that, looking at, well, okay, well, what are competitors potentially doing that could be better, could be worse. One doesn't know, but like, let's just see, where do we stand? I think data is something that you can probably speak a little bit more to, as that's something that you very
So
much enjoy. Yeah.
yeah, that's very much I mean, we're both quite good at data analysis, obviously.
Yeah.
But I do love some I do love some analysis. And yeah, I mean when it comes to that kind of heuristic analysis as well, it is a really powerful starting point. So many people overlook a lot of very easy and common mistakes. So as part of like
100%.
any program we do, and we offer it for free for anyone who's vaguely interested. We run zero training every month, monthly, and we just a big part of that is just going through some core frameworks that you can apply and look at your to see if your page well, to help define some good zero tests, because
Yeah, definitely.
it is really important. And competitive analysis is where a lot of people start, but it's often, you're better off starting with, the data and the heuristic. Competitors aren't necessarily, that fits into a wider context. So it can be tricky
Yeah.
for some people.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. And I think
mhm,
speaking to that framework as well, I think that's really important. Just being able to really understand, okay, well, what is actually happening when people are landing on my page, and what is actually going through their mind, and how do I actually optimize towards that? So, I mean, we have relevance, we have trust, we have time, we have effort, all of these things, value. How am I transporting all of that in the first, above the fold? That's obviously where everybody's really going to be making that snap decision. They don't even know that they're actually asking these questions. It's not like a conscious, oh, okay, well, let's have a look and see, is this relevant? It's much more of like an internal check that people will just be going through, and
yeah,
understanding that, and then being able to apply that audit lens basically to look at, okay, well, what could I actually change to make this a lot easier? I think that's something for sure.
absolutely. It is a really simple framework, and it's a really nice way. I think you've described this way before in a couple of the articles you've written on this one. Um, you can think of a lot of CRO and optimizing for conversion as actually better understood as risk management,
Yeah,
because when the people are interacting with web pages which clearly want something from them, they're much more like, oh, they're looking out for the risks. So you need to like assure those. And yeah, as you
yeah,
mentioned, you do that through like, is it as relevant as possible? Like this is what they were expecting when they clicked through to this one. Is social proof and trust? Like, do they trust this place on the internet? I won't go into all the other ones. That again, you've written some great articles in there. Which again, maybe we'll link those in the podcast description. But yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about those more as we go. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I
no,
mean, yeah, I think it's definitely about sort of going through, okay, looking, defining and prioritizing. So, okay, well, what needs to sort of change? Like, how can we optimize this? So, you look at sort of what's missing, and then I think you sort of what we do definitely is we compile like a master test pipeline, and this is
Mm,
literally every single individual change that we would make. Now, most companies or a lot of companies probably don't actually have the testing volume or like the traffic volume to test all of
mm,
these incremental changes. So what we like to do is group them together, bundle them together, to make sure that they're all kind of testing the same hypothesis or the same sort of, they're talking to the same point. So what needs to be changed? Is it something that is trust related? Is it something that's authority related?
mm. I mean,
And then kind of go from there.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, actually, it's as if we planned it, but that perfectly flows on to the second core question, which I will
Yes.
now open up with, and you can just continue that train of thought. It's brilliant. So yeah, so it's actually a really, really common problem and challenge for people, particularly when they're first designing these zero test programs and test pipelines. You pull out like there's 50 things that you could change. It's so hard to test those things because that would probably take a long time depending on your testing volume. So how do you know whether you want to test like one change together or multiple changes together? So you started to talk about that a little bit, Courtney, in our method. Do you want
Yeah.
to keep going?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think like at the end of the day, you kind of want to aim for an impact of about 10% for any kind of like changes that you're
Mm,
doing, just because that's probably where you're going to see sort of the most impact. It's something that you can see in the data and it's something that you can really work with. So that's the robust kind of number that you're looking for.
yeah, it's a bit of a magic number, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're looking, if you're aiming for 10, 10 would be good, but it might be more like 8. But trying to
Yeah.
pick up a 5% uplift in the test. So like, when you think about that long list of 50 tests that like we could do, a lot of them will be small and they will probably have a positive impact, but it
Yeah.
could just be like that little 5% uplift. I want to say if you do a 10% uplift, so we actually do have the stats calculators online and we can share ours at some point. But if you're looking for a 5% versus a 10%, it's something like, I want to say it's 4 to 8 times more data is required
Yeah.
to ensure you see you hit statistical power. Doesn't really matter what that is right now, but you need so much more data to pick up these small changes. So with that
Yeah.
really long list, the 10%, just try to think about, you design the test around that, even if you need to like start combining and bundling
Yeah,
the
exactly.
test together for sure.
Yeah. And it's just about having things that are obviously just testing for the same thing, really, at the end of the day.
It's got to
Um,
fit under the same hypothesis. That's the
yeah,
thing.
exactly, exactly.
I think it's where CRO becomes more of an art than a science, so to speak. But it is
Mm.
a scientific method that we apply. We promise.
There is method to the madness.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's our AI protection. The if it wasn't for this,
The creativity.
I mean, there are
Um,
some very
yeah,
impressive things AI can do and can review landing pages, which is actually not terrible. We obviously recommend people maybe when you're defining good
definitely
zero test.
needs it definitely needs a human eye over that for sure. But
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it is a very
It's a tool.
it's a starting point, you know?
Mm,
It is a starting point.
yeah.
It, yeah, f- it's a starting point, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
the best way to describe it.
I like your caution because I mean a little bit behind the scenes, but like one thing we've been trying to do is train our own AI on analyzing landing pages, things like just see how good it can get, and like again
It's
like
interesting. Yeah.
we've
But
given it a lot, and it's still a little ways away.
yeah,
Which so again it produces a lot, and but then you can like refine it, and it's helpful. It's definitely helpful already, but it's quite
it's
fun. That's with a lot of like
yeah.
us being
It needs
very
a lot
clear,
of
like.
yeah, it needs to really be kind of like pulled into check. Do you know what I mean? Like it,
Hmm.
it needs a lot of it needs help. It needs us.
It does need a little just a and like because one thing which is really interesting, and I think again, I want to say you've written enough. So Courtney writes great articles. Highly recommend you read them. I think they're on our blog. Should probably make a Substack for you as well, so people can follow along. But one thing that like the AIs love to do, it does pull in just loads of generic best practices from like a lot of different industries and a lot like
Yeah.
it synthesizes from a lot of sources, but
Yeah.
that isn't super relevant or like what one of the like often really common mistakes actually we see is people are applying best practices without context and nuance.
Yeah.
So like they'll be like, this is like these are things that should be doing, and some of them are like like when you optimize for mobile, above the content, what's visible, make sure, there's some really, really simple ones that like really, they're more like,
Yeah.
don'ts rather than do's, if I'm honest.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely. And
but
there's just
AI,
so much
yeah,
nuance. There is so much nuance about like industries and vertical, like all the different bits and pieces that you really need to think about
yeah,
and also like what people expect as well, like what the industry standard is for these sorts of things. And then I think people come in with an expectation. And if you are following like a best practice that's used that's sort of that's come from kind of like the amalgamation of all these different sources and it's sort of like, well, that's
yeah,
actually not quite helpful, that's kind of more harmful, in a way, and I find it always just makes weird suggestions that but it's always the same kind of test thing, and you're like, "Wha well, I can't this is nah."
yeah. We're gonna have to
That's
do
the
a whole
rage quit moment, like, that's it, I'm done.
we're gonna have to do a whole nother podcast on AI and CRO because
I
there's also
know.
yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be a fun one because also we'll probably
yeah.
see if we get some of the software providers on for that one because everyone's trying to incorporate AI into their SOC
Oh,
Zero software right now,
100%.
which again, it
Yeah,
totally makes sense, but it's like one of those like use with caution. Then you hear like this passive optimization things. Again, they're all unfortunately kind of where we are now, at least, they are too good. I don't want to disparage the efforts, and I think it's really powerful and really important. And
yeah,
you really, it is a powerful tool that people should get to grips with and incorporate it into serial software to make it more accessible. It's great. Love that.
yeah.
It's not a silver bullet,
No,
surprisingly. Very,
like,
very, very
fully
rarely things are.
underlining that one, it's not a
Yeah.
silver bullet. Yeah.
So we have lots of thoughts and emotions on that one. But yeah, at some point we'll do a dedicated podcast for that one and get some of the
That'd be really good. I'd love to do some
yeah.
tests and things like that and see what we, like, come up with and what the
I
different
kind of
AIs do. That'd be so much fun.
I'd love to. Maybe we can organize like a testathon where like it's us versus like
That'd be so cute.
different AI models, or like maybe not us, but like community members. I'd like to think we could
Yeah,
beat
that'd
the
be way
AIs.
cool.
That
Yeah,
would be a God.
that'd be really
That'd be a
interesting.
come to Jesus moment, wouldn't it? If we turns out just our chat GPT, don't bother with us. Like we've wasted 10 years of our life.
Yeah,
Could
that's
you
a
imagine?
harrowing thought. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness gracious.
Uh,
Just little existential crisis, BRB. I mean,
this
I
is
feel like
why.
that's a great, great segue.
Oh, um,
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
I mean, yeah, maybe segueing onto the
mm,
final, I mean, for now, the final question of this section.
yeah,
Um, so how do I know if my page is good or not? It's something which, again, it's a common feeling from people, and it's like it's often like a starter for like basically it's kind of wrapped up in the thoughts like, do I really need to do CRO? And that's
yeah.
where like it's kind of associated with. But yeah, thoughts and emotions, Courtney.
I mean, I think that this question needs to be reframed because I don't think that like what is good, you know? What is like how are you defining good? I think that it needs to be framed as like, well, like is it doing it's good if it's doing what you need it to do. Um, I think that's a solid basis. Like if you're doing lead generation with your funnel, and you're getting high quality leads at a good volume or enough to, have a healthy business, then yeah, absolutely, it's probably good. Um, does
Can
that mean
definitely
that
be better.
yeah,
Just
I was about to say, does that
FYI.
mean it doesn't need CRO? No, absolutely not, because it's constantly evolving. Everything's evolving. You constantly need to change, to adapt, and to see, like even just new iPhones coming out and changing how you need to look at what the above the fold is. But with anything, if you just make it and leave it, like, that would I mean, if that were the case, everything would just be so easy.
Yeah.
But people are always thinking of new ways and really interesting ways to kind of, like, just make that performance better. And that's why it's so important to do CRO optimization because if you're not doing it and your competitor is doing it, then unfortunately you're just,
Yeah, it's an uneven playing ground.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're swimming
unfortunately, it
with
is.
flippers. Is that
Yeah,
what they're
it's
called?
true. I think
Flippers?
is that yeah, is that an
Yeah.
Australian idiom or where's that coming from?
No, that just came from me. They're swimming with
You hear it
flippers.
here first. We want you to swim with flippers. I actually love that. It's like using AI. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
We're
that's cute.
absolutely going to use that. Welcome to the CRO Podcast. We teach
Yeah.
you to swim with flippers.
Yeah, I like that's so cute, but it's so yeah, it just was the easiest it's the first thing that sprang to my mind, about
Yeah,
about being able to kind of have that edge over your competitor. Because like how it's so is every single time, like, just a caveat for that, every single time you go swimming and then and like without flippers and then you have flippers on, it's like what is this mermaid experience?
It's
But
the
yeah.
same thing, but suddenly so much better. Oh, it's
Yeah,
incredible.
it's so much
Um,
easier.
before we segue too much onto the joys of swimming and the ocean,
Yeah.
um,
Under the
I
sea.
think on like how you know your page is good, I think there's a couple other things to like maybe touch on because again, you see things about bounce rate, which is also like a
Yeah,
little tricky because I mean, there's some forms where like you have really high bounce rate, but it doesn't actually matter because it's really cheap traffic. So like bounce rate really matters regarding traffic type and traffic source. If you've got really high bounce rate on organic traffic, that's probably a sign that your page is not what people are expecting. For like, if on a paid level, if you're seeing bounce rate and like your page is quite misaligned, then it's more about the alignment side. But is that page good in other ways? It could be. But there are like maybe like a couple helpful tips. Like, is your page not where it needs to be? Yeah, obviously results. Results is what matters because it's what fits into that wider context. But you can, you know, if the content visible above the
yeah, I was about to
fold,
say, like, those really
do's and
simple
don'ts.
things.
Does it say, do you have social proof visible above the fold? Is your headline clear and relevant to most users? Is it clear how long this is going to take for a user? Is it
Yeah.
clear like how they realize the value you're offering? Like if you can do those things in the first thing,
Yeah.
then it is likely good. And some more like
Well,
empirical
it's
ways.
like, yeah, it's definitely likely not bad
Yeah,
necessarily, so to
yeah,
speak.
exactly. Yeah,
Um, for sure. But yeah, I think the thing is not it's about removing friction wherever you can and just really supporting that decision making process of just like, hey, is this for me? Do I trust it? How long is this going to take? Like, I don't want to click into something and then I have to fill out 40 different fields that I have to type in, and I'm telling you, the first street name I ever lived on or something. You know what I mean? Like, you want to keep it quick and you want to keep it as simple as possible. Like, especially when we think now that, most traffic,
it's not.
is on mobile. And if you think about how you use your mobile, where you're using it, um, you'll be doom scrolling of an evening. Speaking from experience, like you'll be doom scrolling of an evening or something like that. And even then, even though you have the time and the wherewithal to kind of go through something, you're like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. That's why
Yeah.
keeping things as pleasant and quick and easy is just so,
Yeah.
so important.
A good user journey is a clear and yeah, and ergo easy journey. It's again enough,
100%.
and there's so many other like interest. It's actually a really fun tidbit, but like having a really, really short form is actually often worse than having a longer form because you haven't built the trust required to then gather the contact details. So again, it's not always, this is why Zero exists. It's not always intuitive. Like things, these principles aren't hard baked into every industry and vertical. Everything behaves differently. So use the A/B testing methodology, you'll get good
Yeah,
results. And yeah, sorry, we can't give you like this is what a good page is or isn't. It's just not how it works. If you are ever unsure, particularly if you're in the Zero network, or we do take them from other people, obviously, just send us your landing page. We're so happy. We'll do a 5 minute, like we love you to use Loom.
100%.
Little plug for
Yeah.
Loom. Love Loom.
We just love our faces. Just I
We
love
love
seeing my face somewhere on the screen at
we
all
love talking to
times.
cameras.
Like it's like a parrot that gets a mirror in his like cage and he's just super happy. That's just me with my face on the screen all the time.
I love it when people ask for my opinion.
Yeah, I just
Uh,
the opportunity to tell someone what I think is just I love it.
we live for it.
No, but it is really nice, especially because like I think sometimes, especially just doing anything, when you're
Mm.
constantly dealing with it, then you kind of lose sight of it, don't you? It's sort of like not being able to
Yeah.
see the forest for the trees and getting a fresh set of eyes and having us not to, toot our own horn, but we're not bad. I might even say we're quite good at what we do. I don't know,
Other people have said that.
maybe
Other
I've
people have said
heard
that.
I there the we have some quotes on our website sort of saying something to that effect,
Yeah.
so
I
I'm
think we
just
have
borrowing that.
videos. We have videos
Videos?
on our website being like,
Yes.
aren't we great?
Yeah, exactly. So,
Ridiculous.
but I think it's fun to just be able to have a different opinion and be
Yeah.
able to see what potentially is just, gone by the wayside.
Yeah. Particularly if it's a brand new launch or whatever. Just like, again, it's just, yeah. And again, it doesn't have to be us. Actually, one thing I used to recommend to people a lot because clarity and ambiguity, again, as you said, it's so hard to like understand when you've created the page and like all of
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah, you've
send
got
it
the
to just
context behind it, you've got the
yeah.
intent behind it.
Send
Yeah,
it to someone random and be like, does this make sense? And like really
yeah,
like get them to explain it to you. Because you
yeah,
will very quickly understand if like, oh, that question can be misinterpreted. Oh, that headline doesn't make oh, like,
yeah.
and then like, unfortunately, it's often not super fun having people, be like, oh, your work isn't clear. But like, it's really, it's yeah, top
It's
tip.
you have to go through it. It's one of those things you've just gotta buckle up and deal with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, we are slightly running out of time, so we only do a half an hour podcast. So what we may do is start to orient towards the Wall of Fame
Let's
and
get
Wall of
into it.
Shame.
This
Okay,
is so exciting.
I love this part.
Yeah.
So, a frontispiece regarding this. So, first off, none of this is like we've not been asked to do these pages by people. Or like occasionally there are pages people ask us to review. But it's not like we're not doing some. We have no vested interest in whether they're good or
These are
or,
just
or
in the
bad.
wild things
Yeah,
we've come across, and
and
that have just stood out to us.
And for the pages we think do need improvements, again, I have made lots of bad pages in my career. I have seen great marketers make terrible pages. And lots of it's it's really not meant to be personal. And we'll always, if you reach out to us, we'll so happily provide an alternative design or just like a quick explanation of like this is how you could maybe simplify it down and make it a bit better. So like really we don't mean negative things by it.
No.
But
It's
at the
just a
same
bit of fun.
time,
Hey,
yeah,
and if you happen to work for the company that we mentioned, hey, hit us up. We're more than happy to help.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so okay, so we're gonna start off on the more positive note, which is the Wall of Fame. So
Woohoo.
this one, so we're gonna share our screen and go into that and all that jazz. This very first one is from I basically it's a lead gen, but I thought it was really fun and interesting. Integrates outside APIs into this, has a really nice loader value tease thing, but done like subtly. We'll
Mm.
kind of talk through that a little bit more as we go. This one I've looked at the page a lot, so I'm sorry if I like fly through this one for everyone, but hopefully um, it makes sense.
All
And
their
we can,
stats are just going up. The metrics are off the
yeah,
charts.
I know. Or they're like, why do we
Like
keep getting fake
14
leads?
rage clips just
Yeah,
sent me through.
we're ruining their page, and there's some poor CRO guy at this company who is absolutely
Like,
miserable
what is
right now.
going on?
So again, we apologize for reviewing your pages. Um, we have no shame. Okay, so this is the very first one. The company in question is Home Move. It's a paid landing page, so the user journey to this point was very straightforward. We clicked on a PPC ad,
I love this
and
one. Yeah.
it is actually kind of cool. Okay, so I'm
Mm.
going to share my screen. Um, and yeah, let's have actually I'll share the tab, I guess. So
We don't need to see how many tabs you have open.
no, you really don't. Um, the first ever entry, home move. Actually, not even gonna look. Well, look at this on mobile very quickly, but it has a both. It's a
It's
great user
very
journey
cute.
on
Yeah.
both devices, which is super rare,
Mhm.
and I love to see. First off, it is a London dedicated page. You can actually tell by the URL. It says /London as well, so it's not dynamic, which it would be our top tip. Only room for improvement in all cases. But first things we like about this one, it's got the Trustpilot bit on here. It's actually got a partially filled one as well, so it looks more legitimate. I like that.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
you can build it out further, but it's cool. Best estate agents in London. Fun questions, short, quickie, easy. It makes it very clear. Then it's got this subtext. I would actually love to
It's
see
not
this in.
too long. Like,
No, yeah,
yeah,
it's
you were about to say you wanna see it in bullets, right?
made. Or like in
Yeah,
some cases,
I
yes.
know.
I know. It's a
I I
horrible test to
I
run, but
don't
it usually
disagree.
wins.
Yeah, I
Usually
like that they've
wins.
bolded it at
Yeah,
least, like, you've got that little bit of standout. It's not too long, but yeah, I agree. I think that I would definitely do a test of just bulleting that and seeing if that changes anything. I do like underneath the, like, CTA and everything, like, you've got the ticks and you've got all of that sort of, information, so that's reassurance. It's no obligation, like, I think that's, it makes
yeah,
it very clear, it makes me know, makes you feel safe. And then all you've gotta do is put in your London postcode.
yeah. And really good
Easy.
alignment between, we're going to stop gushing over this first page, but really good alignment between like the headline and the CTA. Again, we
Yeah,
use the same word. I
and
love
London
that.
as
Not
well. Enter your
brilliant.
London postcode.
I
Not
know.
even just
Again,
postcode.
Like
specific.
whoever's done this has made land. I honestly, it's great.
They're really,
If you are watching this, please let us know. We'd love to have you on the podcast.
yeah,
Then you've got the
100%.
classic you've
Like
got
as
basically
seen or
as seen
something.
on
Yeah.
conception, why you choose it, 1, 2, 3, nice and easy,
And
how it
so
works, one, two,
simple.
three, and then it
Yeah.
kicks you back. I mean, short, sweet, to the point, well
We
done.
love it.
And
It's
if you
beautiful.
inspect on mobile, this is going to work as intended. Oh God, that's the whole tab. Well, this is how you. We're going to change it to iPhone 12 Pro. I won't. Yeah, but again, you can
Yeah,
see all
like
this
that.
information. Um,
Beautiful. It's in a
yeah, and
nice
you,
it's in the thumb zone. We can do that
yeah,
real easy, real simple. Love
yeah,
it.
it's
Love to
cool.
see it.
It is cool. So, the also yeah, conscious of time, but no. So,
Yes.
anybody curious where I live? It's actually publicly available information nowadays, so why not? I know. It's number 2, but I'm close. Send me mail. I love mail. Why not? Um,
A little postcard. Where are you?
yeah, say
Love
thank you,
that.
Evan.
Little
Just don't
Valentine.
cut out cut out letters and send me something
Like a
terrifying.
ransom note. Fun fact, my girlfriend and I did that when we were 12 years old to her little sister who was like 10 at the time and she cried. I felt terrible. Haven't
You
done it
must have felt
since.
worse the second time you sent that as well.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, sorry, back to it,
yeah,
let's get into it.
yeah. What are we looking to sell? How many bedrooms?
I
So
mean,
one thing I don't.
I would split that out,
Yeah,
multi-step.
exactly. And if you
Yeah,
click the thing too quickly because it auto generates, you come up with an error message like please select bedrooms,
yeah,
but you're like which bedrooms? Oh, then it loads. So like
yeah,
there's a tech level that could be improved.
yeah.
I actually
Put in
don't
all of your bedrooms, I mean, come on, the whole 10, 10 plus, obviously.
all 10
Yeah, all 10.
in my bungalow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a huge bungalow in London.
Oh, massive.
So you
Yeah.
come to this, what do you
Love
value
this though.
most?
This
Look
is
cute.
fantastic. The
They're
little
even cute.
animations, it's
Yeah.
perfect. We've
I
got the
assume
progress bar.
everyone clicks on this.
I
But
clicked on that when I did it. Like, that
I
was the
know,
first thing
same,
I went to,
same.
and that's probably what
And then it
probably
just says
like, oh,
creating agent. Oh, again, the dashboard. Oh, and then it hits you with
amazing.
this, where then like you
Yes,
actually then need to like put in your actual details and do this
yes.
and do. So like it keeps go. We won't take you through the whole journey.
But it keeps it
But
quick with that single
yeah,
sign-in as well, like having the Google and
uh,
whatever else, like,
it's
beautiful.
good, isn't it?
It
It's
that
good. It's got
friction
all the
is
trust things.
oh,
It's well done. And like the
yeah.
value tease. So you see like
It's like,
Monday.com this as
oh,
well. Like it,
yeah,
it teases, oh, we've got your dashboard. It's just hit, oh, you just need to do this.
yeah,
Great. 10 out of 10.
yeah,
Well,
love
9
it.
out of 10. Room for
Yeah,
improvement
we've
always.
got some optimization recommendations, even if you are in the Hall of Fame. However, we only have like 3 or 2 minutes left, and we do have a Hall of Shame to get to. So, um,
So let's get on to I'm very sorry. Again, actually no, we're not sorry in the slightest
this is
in this
part of
particular.
this is part of it. You know, there's the yin,
Yeah.
there's the yang.
Yeah. So um we are also going to yeah, again, we will run over. It's not a big deal. If you guys listening, you are very welcome to drop off sharp that half an hour.
Hard cut. We've got hard cut.
Fine. Yeah. You can book it into your calendar. This is when you're watching it, and I'm sorry, we'll get better at this. But yeah, let's go
Yeah,
into the final one. So second one is hidden hearing. Big player in the hearing aids space, and this is a PPC ad. So again, we clicked on the PPC ad for
yeah.
hearing aids, and you come to
Mm,
this page here. So
mm.
we're going to talk through this quickly, and we're
I
not even
mean,
going to.
yeah. No, no. Continue, continue. I just seeing it, it's like getting.
It's triggering.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
And partly because it's so close to being a great page. So basically, like I assume
Yeah,
this is a page built by a committee, where everyone, like there's someone who owns the comparison side, the brand, I don't know, or the clinic side, and they're like, no, we need all of these things. First off, you don't. One CTA
yeah.
is usually best. You have
Strip this thing
one,
down.
two,
Keep it
three,
lean.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
It's an
12, 13.
like it's like those choose your own adventure books. You know how you like used to read them as a kid? Oh, I did anyway. I had a really fantastic
Yeah.
one that I loved, and I kept always getting to the ending that I didn't want to get to, and I was like, which decision do I need to change?
I
But
mean,
anyway,
it's literally like that. Admittedly, at least it does bold this one, try risk-free. But if that's the one you
yeah,
want people to click on, just have that. In
yeah,
fact, even
exactly.
better. So,
Yeah,
because the funny thing
make
is,
it
you click,
easy. Make it
yeah.
simple.
The
I
funny
mean,
thing
you
is,
can
like,
have all the bits, but not like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Sorry, I
these are
keep
all
cutting you off.
different. These are all different user journeys.
Yeah,
No, it is.
100%.
It does. it boils our blood a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like
so
I've got so many opinions on this.
so many opinions. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to go through sequentially a little very quickly. Compare. We're going to start here. Oh, look at all
Oh,
these
and just
hearing
the way that
aids.
so this is all right on
Oh,
desktop, but if
oh,
I
it
mean,
gets
it's
yeah.
horrend
This
well,
is
I'm
iPhone
not gonna
12
say that word.
Pro.
It's
Let
just
me
not
just
great.
hard refresh this page just so
Yeah.
it hope. Oh no, it should re. Oh, hang on. Um,
Mm, technical
let me
difficulties.
technical. So this is the
We've got
inspect mode,
digital
which is
natives that we're working with here.
this is the inspect. There we go. Now it's loaded correctly.
There we
So
go.
if you go down
So that
to
was
sorry this
compare?
yeah
No, hold
compare.
on. Yeah.
So we click on compare. We go down to
Oh,
it's not even to
goodness.
the comparison section.
It's not
To the comparison
even.
section, and
Yeah, and
then
look at this. Who is and hearing aids, I mean, we're looking generally speaking at sort of an age group, um, who has the dexterity to navigate that? Who has the eyesight even? I mean, goodness gracious. It's what do you no one I can't even compare anything because I can't keep that information in my head long enough until I've scrolled to the next thing. Like, it's just
yeah,
so incredibly
I mean,
difficult
and and
to digest.
and you'd want to look at it as well. So like this would be like a stop you because oh no, I need to like go back and work. I didn't realize there's so much
Yeah.
to this.
The
So like you
amount of
already like
time that you
you've
would
kicked them from the
spend.
user journey and
Oh,
compare like
100%.
yeah.
And you're
So
fully overwhelmed, and at that point, you're like, "You know what? This has
yeah,
been too
this
much." It's sort of like eating
yeah
a big lunch. You're like, "I'm gonna need a nap now to just
yeah.
digest what I've consumed."
And then you do also see like this one has all the ticks, but it's the furthest one.
Yeah.
But this is
No
also the
one's
invisible
scrolling
one
that
that people
far.
like. It's just choices were made that were poor in this one. Then
Yeah,
you can go to
choices
like
were
brands.
made.
What are the brands? Like, what do you mean the
And you have
brands?
to click out
And
to somewhere else as well, and you
yeah,
have, again, 2
oh,
CTAs. It's like,
and then you
where
get
am I
even then
going?"
you also have the brands here. I mean,
I'm
like, what are we
drowning in
doing?
options,
What
like,
do the
I'm
brands mean? The
drowning. Yeah.
prices goes to a pricing page. Oh, please, please. So okay, but we're gonna do the
Yeah.
we're gonna play nice. I'm also gonna leave this one because I appreciate this is now. But welcome to the inspect site. To make this actually a bit nicer, you can make this bigger. And this is the inspect
Yeah.
mode. Right click inspect. It's useful for previewing things on mobile. iPhone 12 Pro is the device size you should use for most things. iPhone SE is generally for an accessible vertical. So something like hearing, I would use iPhone SE to look at. But we're going to look at this one. So it comes you down to here. Great. Question set. This right here is their landing page that they should have done.
Yeah.
But
I
if
mean,
you've
they
got
need a little
issues
bit
with
of
this,
trust situations going on here. You see the
yeah,
trust pilot there down the bottom, but it's not where I'm making the decision, which is
yeah.
have
And if you
you
inspect
used
the
a hearing aid
page and
before?
yeah, sorry, we're going to
Oh,
leave the inspection. But yeah, you click on
yeah, yeah.
this and then you go yes, and then you're immediately into the contact details. Like okay,
But what does
like
that have like,
yeah,
who even are you?
yeah.
Why
Why
do
are you
you
asking for
deserve
my
my
detail?
name?
I'm
Yeah.
glad that they asked some sequential. So that's my
Yeah, I
but I'm
mean,
glad that
that's
they're
true.
asking.
And they have the steps as well,
Yeah,
which is nice. So we're doing it like bit by bit, which helps. Momentum, it helps a little bit like commitment. It's only my first name. Okay, well, it's
base.
only my last
Yeah,
name. Okay, but again, it's way too soon. I don't like it's like saying I love
yeah.
you on
You
the
got to
first
warm
date.
people up to it. You
Yeah.
need a little
What are
loader,
you?
and then you
Yeah.
got to be like, why do we need this information? Just
Yeah.
tell us who to contact or however you want to
Yeah.
do it. You can also, like, I must say, like, I'm glad they didn't ask all the contact details at once, but that's just so early on.
Yeah, it's so
You can't be in
immediate.
step
It's
101
far
now,
too
step
immediate.
105. Like you can't jump around
Well,
like
I couldn't
that.
actually see that, but yeah, you're
I know.
right. Step 1 of 5. Why is that? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
great.
So we're gonna stop bashing this
Yeah.
page, and I'm not actually gonna complete it because
Well,
it's
we're
trying to
not bashing, we're
autofill my
simply
bank details for some
we're
reason.
being critical,
Yes,
and being critical is part of everything. But I mean, hey, if you're the owner of that page,
we will make you a better
more
page,
than happy. We will
gratis.
mock that up. Yeah. Knock down, rebuild. There's some great elements there. There's some great information. There's so many good things, positive things about that. It's just far too overwhelming. And
Yeah,
it's you're saying I
like
love you on the first date
it.
after love bombing me. Like, it's just a bit too much. Like, I need, I need a second or third date.
Yeah, and again, think of it as a great opportunity. Like honestly, you could probably get a 50% CBR improvement from like just editing down, just literally just editing down, adding a couple questions, popping in a loader. You're done. Like
Yeah.
you're done for the day. Like go have
Just simplify
do
the whole thing.
yeah. And then everyone's
Easy.
going to think you're incredible at your job. Because yeah. So yeah, that brings us to the conclusion of the podcast. A few minutes over because
Oh,
we just couldn't
couldn't help
control our.
ourselves. The two
Sorry,
parrots looking at
whoever.
themselves.
Yeah, God, it's terrible. I've worked with hidden hearing before, so I feel terrible
Yeah.
about this. That's also why I knew about the page. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I love it.
um, yes,
Awesome. We'll see each other next week for the same situation. I love it.
this has
For anyone
been.
that's still listening, I thank you, appreciate you. Really, truly, from the depths of my soul, very much appreciate you.
If
Thank you
you
very
made
much.
it all this way, I
Yeah.
mean, okay. So if you comment
If you
giraffe,
reference if you reference my ransom note from when I was 12, we will, definitely do, like, a mock-up of, like, one
yeah,
high impact
like
test of your
w-
page,
we will
all free.
genuinely set up something for free
Yeah,
for you. That's like comment
yeah,
giraffe on something, like
yeah.
genuinely, like
Giraffe,
then just
that's
send
a good one.
like we will genuinely like we will do some free work. So
Yeah,
yeah, thank you guys.
thank
And yeah,
you.
this has been the CRO Podcast. Bye.
Bye.